All right, guys, here we're talking about Season 3, Episode 6 of Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Bazinga.
Bazinga indeed. Where did this episode start out for us?
You should have asked me if I liked it or not, because I was going to tell you.
I was prepared. You never have a good answer for that.
So
Did you like it?
It's basically like two things happen. I liked one a lot, and I didn't like the other a lot.
Okay, which is which?
It opens up. I just want to address this. Demon Ash is not in like a blood pool ritual. He's in a cocoon.
Yeah.
But same thing. He's going to emerge changed, and based on the flow of things, I'm thinking full-grown Ash clone at this point.
Do you think it's going to be young, or it'll be literally as old as he is?
No. Well, it'll be like Ash in like the wedding footage, where he's like a young, swole Ash.
Okay.
But like an adult. It'll be Bruce Campbell, let's put it that way.
Okay.
Or a twisted facsimile or whatever.
I have mixed feelings about this.
You're thinking Taylor Lautner?
I was picturing maybe it's going to be like an 18 to 25-year-old man version of Ash.
Yeah, but
which
not Bruce Campbell?
I don't think Bruce could play.
Unless they do like the Tony Stark like aging technique, and I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't know if they have that ability.
No, they do not.
Maybe they do, but
they
I doubt
100% do not, unless it's available as part of Red Giant's suite. Well, no, so like that's the beginning of what it's basically Kelly and Ruby, and then it's Ash, and Ash and Pablo and all them and stuff.
Yeah.
We kind of split up. My first note after the cocoon is I'm dumb. Kelly just said all that stuff to Brandy to get her to go away, and we totally should. I should have known that, because last episode I'm pretty sure she like cocks a shotgun and says, "Your days are numbered, Ruby," or some stupid thing like that.
Dumb, yeah.
But I was like, why is Kelly saying I have to treat my leg and like telling Brandy to leave? That's so dumb. And it was like, oh, it's just plot convenience. No, this was to like actually get Brandy away, not to get Kelly away, so that Kelly could go one-on-one confront Ruby, which is I don't understand.
I feel like that's so out of character and dumb. Like, she's relatively been the smarter, more tactically based one.
She's also a Spitfire.
She's a Spitfire.
Is it like in character in that way?
But it's one of those things where like you have to at least consider the idea. Like, if I lose, I'm bringing our only weapon to the enemy.
Yeah.
And she did.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the fight like takes up a lot of screen time in the episode.
Yeah, the fight was decent.
We get to see Ruby blown apart and put herself back together. Yeah. We get some good shotgun fighting and like moving through the house in a cool way.
I thought she actually had a couple points where she could have won.
Yeah.
But then it became very obvious she was not going to win, and she should have got the fuck out of there.
Okay.
Or taken that deal or whatever. Even if you're not going to actually be on her side, be like, okay, yeah, you have to
do the double cross.
You have to survive here.
Yeah. This all crescendos with Ruby. So Book Lady, FaceTime, demonic FaceTime, Marilyn Manson looking lady in the book now, because we have remember that proper vessel talk from episode 3 or something.
This is the proper vessel.
Now here we are. Yeah. So now Kelly, and I thought I've not loved that actress per se, but I thought she actually does seem different now that she's possessed.
Sure.
Like
and for the first time you see her possessed, she has the contacts in, and the next time you don't see them. So I'm like, oh, it's not even going to be a telltale sign that she's possessed or any of that bullshit. And I'm like, I guess like there shouldn't be, because like your friends would be like, your eyes are. I can see Ash like Pablo going, her eyes are blue now. Have faith. He goes, you're crazy, Pablo.
Oh, they've always been blue.
Girls' eyes are always blue.
What are you talking about? I've never looked at her eyes before. There's a lot of other things to look at. I don't know. To skip to the end, she's like with them now and talking weird and stuff, and they're like, "Good job, Kelly," or some dumb thing. He's like, "Word," something like that. I feel like we're gonna go into so. I would normally assume we are going to have Kelly's in there somewhere and she's fighting back from like the spirit plane or something like that. But since she died before the possession, I'm not sure.
That's going to be the reason she's able to come back, I think.
Okay, because she was killed with the dagger and like her soul gets trapped in the thing.
Some bullshit.
And that's why we saw Rachel in the wall, maybe something like that.
Something's going to happen.
That.
Sure. I think this is all going to be the reason she's able to still be alive, is because the body got possessed. Well, the body got possessed and that healed her, and then we just have to put her soul back in there.
Okay, and the soul obviously, right? Yeah, I guess. Something about her dying, and then like I'm like, okay, so now it's empty and now you're moving in. So there's like a gap or something.
Well, we'll probably never know.
I think your way makes more. Oh, you think?
I don't think it'll happen quickly.
Good.
Or at least not quick enough.
Perfect.
But no. So then the other half of this episode. Wait, real quick though. Which half was the one you liked?
I liked this other half better than that.
Okay.
Half. Are you?
I didn't dislike either of the parts.
No,
I thought that some parts I'm like, that
it.
seems a little out of character. Like, why you're doing this on your own and stuff. I thought it was funny that like all the What are the knights called?
Knights of Samaria.
Knights of Samaria. Oh, I was like, well, they're almost all dead.
Yes. No. Something. So like they show up. They're like, we were with Dalton, and then he's talking to them and all their business.
Their plan was honestly equally as bad as Kelly's.
Yes.
So I'm
definitely.
like, they all deserve it.
That's what I'm saying. Is it's not. It was just harder for me to get with the Kelly thing, and the way that it ends up made me be like,
sure,
right, fine. The main thing that I liked more about the Pablo Ash arc was that monster.
Sure.
How it was like grabbing, it was like the Thing from The Thing, where it was grabbing people's bodies and like incorporating them. There's that awesome like puppet head like biting and snapping. And then,
I like the spinal column whip. Like a lot of that was like catches a leg, like pulls it out.
And when they cut things off, they like deflate in a weird way. It was a weird like bio monster. It was like a whole different type of deadite thing. And they kind of say something like, well, that's one of like the dark ones from the portal, or maybe it's like a different. But I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah,
like,
there's a lot of cool exploratory stuff that could have gotten done in the future. Like, I wonder how many different types of things there are. If they all do the same type of thing, are they all like this and that?
Like I like them. This honestly, this show is kind of one of those like sandboxes for these like designs. Even like the woman that got possessed and then was Ted Raimi and had all the different stuff going on, and then like the giraffe head, like they're like pushing it. They're like, what else could we try to do here? And now this weird like he grabs a guy's head like a bowling ball and it like gets like sucked into it. Like it's this like, oh man. Like I'm a big fan of stuff like that. So I this part was like a highlight.
Yeah, very interesting visuals.
Yeah.
What were you thinking when they first made the portal? We were like, so.
Well,
like Ash, rightly so, was like, you can't send your only, Hefe into this hole.
Yes.
And that's like totally right, because like, what, like, you don't know anything about this. What if you go into that plane and it's like, there's no air here, and you just die
immediately, And they send the like stoic bald guy and comes back and he's like, you don't seem right. I dig all that stuff, so that's why I was like, it is kind of like The Thing. It's like, are you? What's going on?
He went in with, what was it?
Help me up, friend.
Was it an axe and a pistol? Was that his?
Something, yeah.
It was something where I was like, that's the worst choice of weapons I've ever seen.
It's the worst combination of weapons.
Like, you chose something that, like, well, this is a two-handed weapon, and this gun is the weakest of all the guns I see displayed, and you're going to go into hell?
Yeah, right?
No.
I don't know if it's literally hell, but it's something, right?
It's a hellscape at the very least. It's the unknown. If I'm going into the unknown, I want, like, the best.
And I wasn't even sure. It didn't seem like Pablo was like, I will open the portal now. He was just like interfacing with the ruins, and then they like activated it or something. So his head like whips over at the portal like, or something like that. So and then their whole thing of like, okay, cool, let's get started. Let's go in. I'm like, whoa, what are we doing? All this stuff, Yeah,
but, it was strange, and
one of the many things on the show.
That's what happens.
Yeah, and like you said, they're all dead, and I actually like that a lot too. How they show up and they kneel. By the way, Ash's thing, like, she's the best cook that this house has ever seen. Yeah, she made a Pop-Tart. I'm like, oh my god, this is so much better toasted. It's so stupid, it's amazing. But he's like, okay, guys, with the kneeling or whatever, and all that stuff, and they're all dead.
Except for the one girl.
Except the one lady who I think's going to be like a part of the thing or something.
Who's like the snottiest faced by the end. I'm like, man, there's something super real about like the makeup like that on somebody, but also I'm like, whenever you can like just totally brutalize a person's face with snot, you're like almost like Blair Witch style
literal
stuff.
Snot or?
Oh yeah, it was just like.
I thought she had like stuff on her face.
She was so glazed with like crying like snot. And I was like,
not like the demon snot.
No,
like her own snot.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not. I think I just thought all of the glistening was due to the because she got shot in the face from like
she did
some dying demon or something. Yeah. No, there's like a tradition of that. Characters that are there for like a short time sometimes, they end up right next to Ash when he's chainsawing someone. Yes. It's like, they just keep getting hit with it and they don't move. It's like
that's
R.
for
Kelly.
some fetish somewhere.
Yeah, it's amazing, yeah.
Blood splatter fetish.
They mention it at the Comic-Con panels. They would always say something like, and we upped it 400 more gallons of blood this year or something stupid. And you're like, okay, man, this is, okay, fine. Good for you. But, yeah.
Yeah, the best.
Yeah. So that's basically it. We covered the ending. Yeah. Kelly's possessed, and she's back with our group.
A series now where it's like, okay, two things are happening.
Yeah.
Like 2 episodes in a row.
Yeah.
And that's been fun.
I do like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it easy to recap, for sure.
Well, because a lot of TV shows, sometimes 8 things happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, now they got together with them, and now from that, like you draw like a chart where like the lines like go, and then okay, and now they're together. Oh, I have to change it, and it's a weird like network or whatever.
Yeah.
But here is very, very, very clean.
Very cut and dry.
A split and then a reuniting. Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll see what happens next week.
We have a decent amount of episodes. There's still a lot of time for something to happen. I'm glad this didn't happen. Like, imagine Kelly gets possessed and they're like, rock and roll ending. See you next season. And you're like, no, I'll kill you.
That would have been much worse.
So, no, I'm open. We'll see what happens. I think it might be better than I hope it is. So
let's hope. Yeah. All right, guys. So that was this episode of Ash vs. Evil Dead. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.